In November 2010, a 17-month-old girl was taken to the hospital with 10 burns, located on her face, back, chest, finger, buttocks, arms, and legs. The burns were perfect circles. It was determined by doctors they were intentional. This act of abuse toward this little girl has ripped a family apart. Today we want to find out the truth. Melinda, what happened?
Well, my sister had gotten baptized that day, and I had offered to take care of, me and my boyfriend had offered to take care of my niece while she celebrated. And so I had my niece all day long. And then about 6 o'clock that evening, I left to run errands with my family members. After that, I went to see a friend, and I went to go see my sister later about midnight or so. And, you know, we just talked. My boyfriend called me and said, hey, it's late, come home already. I went home. As soon as I got in the house, everybody was sleeping. I checked in the room to make sure the kids were okay, and I changed and I went to sleep. The next morning when I woke up, my boyfriend had told me that my niece had something on her face. You know, I figured a burn or a scratch or anything. And I was like, just hurry up, get the kids ready, take them downstairs. I was in a hurry getting ready for work. As soon as I got downstairs, I saw her face, and she had perfect circles all over her cheek.
Burn marks.
At first, I didn't know what they were. I thought, you know, marks or something, you know, ringworm. I'd never seen them in my entire life. I didn't know what it was.
And how old is the child in question at this point?
She's going to be about 2 years old.
So at this time, she was a year and a half?
Yeah, 16, 17 months.
Okay. And so she had circles on her face, and you saw this, and
I called my sister, and I was like, hey, your daughter woke up with marks on her face. I don't know where they came from. You know, I thought it was an allergic reaction. I don't know what it is. So she's like, okay, bring her home. So me and my boyfriend took her to my sister's. My sister saw them, and she was freaking out just as much as I did. And I left. I was late for work, so I had to go to work. I got phone calls throughout the day. And then finally, the last phone call I got was that my sister was going to take my niece to the hospital. And so after work, I got picked up, and we went straight to the hospital, me and my boyfriend. You know, the cops were there, and at the time, my boyfriend was on probation. And, you know, he kind of freaks out about cops. I was like, you know, it's going to be a long night. Just go home. Fine, I'll wait. And so I got investigated. The police came and talked to me. And then at the end of the whole investigation, they ended up telling me they took, that they took my son into custody.
And why'd they do that?
They said because, you know, he was the father, and at the point that we were living together, and my son was there too.
And did your son have any burns
No.
on him? It happened just your niece?
Just my niece.
Did you ever get your son back?
No.
You still don't have your son?
Mm-mm.
Do you have any idea when you might get your child back? You have no idea. Let's bring her out. Your sister's name is Jazmine.
I didn't let anything.
How could you let this happen to? How could you let it happen to?
I didn't let anything happen to her.
So you just left her for 6 hours while she was burned. Do you have any idea how I wake up every morning beating myself up for this? Do you? No, because it didn't happen to your kid, Melinda. You know he did this. You know what he's capable of. You know what he's capable of. He's put his hands on you. What makes you think he wouldn't have done it to my daughter?
Is your daughter recovered?
Mostly, she still has scarring on her face.
She's got scarring on her face. What do you think happened?
She was tortured. My little girl was
By
tortured. Who? I know it was Fernando. If it wasn't Fernando, they need to come out and tell me who did it. Because he made up 2 stories. One saying that a space heater fell on her throughout the night. The second one was that she was sleeping on pajamas, and they have little flat buttons that button up, and that the space heater heated those up as she was sleeping. She slept on them, burning her. Do you think she would have woken up? Because I know she would have.
Well, let's find out. Here's Mr. I don't know, Fernando.
You're gonna say I did this. You should have been there for your daughter. You should have been there for your daughter. Where were you? Are you getting his up your? You weren't there. You weren't there for her. You weren't there for you. Oh wow. What does it mean you got baptized? What does it mean? Where were you when your little daughter was walking with a diaper for days? You tell me. Where were you have her?
The same
Tell me.
reason why you don't have your kid.
Hold on,
Exactly.
hold on.
Why don't you have it?
Hold on.
Let's keep that.
How dare you?
Hold on 1 second. You and her have a little baby together, right? How long you guys been together?
2 years.
So at some point, Melinda says to you, can you watch our niece, right?
Yeah.
And can you watch our little boy? And she leaves for 6 hours, right? And you're watching a little boy that's approximately 4 months old and a little girl that's 16 months old, right?
Yeah.
And so she takes off and she's gone for 6 hours. What do you do during those 6 hours that she's gone?
I'm at my house and I'm hanging out with my friend. I'm watching the babies. Both the babies are asleep. I put them in the room. Ain't nothing wrong with them. My friends are at the house. We're smoking some weed. I leave the house.
You left two little babies, one who happens to be your own son, one that happens to be your niece, and you left your house to go buy marijuana.
Yeah.
Did you know this part of the story? You didn't know this part of the story. How come you don't know that? The father of this child, who now has custody of your baby, police called him. Your child's been burned. He went right down to the scene, got the child, has the custody of the child since. He's never had a chance to confront anybody. Let's bring him out.
Where were you at? Where were you at?
Hold on.
What was I?
Hold on.
I was out trying to get custody. That's
How
what I
did
was
she get here?
doing.
How did she get here? We're running off
She
from
left.
you.
She
When you
abducted
were
my
out
baby,
drinking,
all right?
where was she?
She abducted my baby,
no,
all right?
she didn't. How
You
could you
don't
let that
lie.
happen? Why
You
weren't
gonna
you
blame it on
there?
space
Why
here?
weren't you there?
How you gonna
Why
blame
weren't
it on
you
space
there?
here? Explain
Why
the
weren't
marks
you
on her
there?
back, all right?
How'd she get to here?
Explain the
How
marks
did
on
your
her
daughter
back.
get to
I don't
me?
know. I don't know
Exactly.
anything, all right?
How did she get that?
How many times did I just say it? How many times
How
did
you
I
gonna
just say it?
how you gonna trust him with my baby? How you gonna trust
She
him?
left him.
You
She
know
left
what?
her
She left her
plenty
with
of
you.
times.
She left her with you.
No, she
because
left her
you
with
wanted a
both of us.
babysitter, all right?
With both of
You
us.
wanted a babysitter.
I
all right?
trusted you.
I told you. I
trusted
told
you.
I was like,
With
hey.
my life.
No.
It's my life.
Fernando, you took a lie detector test before the show and you were asked, did you burn Jazmine's daughter while she was in your care? You answered no. The results for that question is you told the truth. You were asked, have you ever abused a child? You answered no. And the results are you told the truth. You were asked, do you know for sure who burned Jazmine's daughter? You answered no. And the results for that question is you did not tell the truth.
What?
Was there a drug pipe in your residence that could have caused such burn to Jazmine's daughter? You answered no. And the results for that question is you did not tell the truth. Knowing that, you didn't intentionally burn the daughter, you didn't do it, you never abused the child, you told the truth. But for the fact that you know who burned Jazmine's daughter, you know who burned Jazmine's daughter.
I don't
Hold
listen.
on.
Listen.
No,
I don't know
wait,
who.
you listen to me first. You listen to me first. You know who burned Jazmine's daughter, and you try to cover up and deny saying there wasn't a drug pipe in the house, but you know that there must have been a drug pipe in that house, right? And when you smoke out of a pipe, what happens to it? Gets hot. Okay. Now we're talking about a little girl here that happens to be your niece, your little boy's cousin, right? This is your girl, the girl that gave you a child. It's her sister's baby. Little baby. What kind of animal burns a baby, right? Who doesn't? But are you ready now to say when you leave the stage, we're going to contact the police and you're going to tell the police everything you know?
Yeah.
Okay. I hope this gave you some answers. I hope that he'll go back and cooperate with the police. and justice is served for you and for your daughter. Good luck to you. Thanks for coming in.
I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry.
What happened to that little baby falls on your shoulders, even though somebody else did it. Now get off my stage.
I love you. You know I do. You're my sister. We've been through everything together. And yeah, I know we've had a life growing up. But we have to be there for each other. Because we're family. We're blood. I want the best for you.
Good luck to you.
meeting you.
I hope your daughter fully recovers.
Thank you.
Don't make any more poor choices. For you, I hope everything that you should do from this point forward should be working on getting your son back. You do make smart decisions, your son will be with you. You understand? Don't ever let him be taken away from you again. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Good luck to you. Good luck to you.
Okay, I want you to have a good life, Melinda. I don't want you to